Dun 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 dun, dun Walking Dead. This is the fourth season limited edition Blu-Ray set. As you know from seeing my other collection of Walking Dead stuff, I get these sets. They are going to release one for the first season, so I'm probably going to get that when that comes out. As you can see, this is from Best Buy. And I bet you're like, but you said in every video you were waiting for it to come from Amazon. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. And that's what I thought was going to happen until for this morning. But it kind of really started earlier that night at like, please sit down. This is going to be, well, I imagine you're sitting down already, but sit down if you're not. This is going to be quite the story. So it kind of started more around like 6 o'clock Monday night. Someone had posted on the forum on High Def Ninja that theirs hasn't been marked as shipped yet from Amazon, and mine hadn't either. And I thought nothing of it. I posted. I tried to calm them down. I said, "Don't worry about it. Amazon, if you have a warehouse close to you, sometimes they wait till late that night or early the next Monday or Tuesday morning to ship it out to you," which they've done in the past to me a billion times because I live really close to a warehouse in California. So, about an hour later, the person on the forum had posted that theirs is marked as shipped. Now, I've had this pre-ordered on Amazon since April of this year. He's told me he pre-ordered his in July. So his is marked as shipped, and now I'm starting to worry. I'm like, why hasn't mine been marked as shipped? I noticed that post at 4 in the morning. Well, 3:30 in the morning. We were doing some other stuff. As you can see, it's now 3:32 in the afternoon here in San Diego. So I went ahead and called Amazon, and I've done this in the past, and they usually tell me what I like to hear and what the truth is. So I called Amazon, and they had said that the reason mine isn't shipping is because it's on back order. And I'm like, well, what do you mean back order? I ordered it back in April. Why is it, if it was on back order, it should have been said that now. And it didn't even say, it said on the website like a half hour before I called that it was on back order. Well, it said it had been out of stock, and then it went to back order during the phone call. And I said, that doesn't make any sense. You're saying to me back in April this item had been in back order and you just didn't tell anyone? And so he had looked into it, and while he was looking into it, actually the item had switched to, now mind you again, this is 4 in the morning, the item had switched to preparing shipment. Now, if any of you shop with Amazon, one of the classiest things Amazon does is when an item, say you choose free shipping or shipping's taking a long time, it will switch to prepare for shipment or shipping now, and it will stay that way purely so that no one can cancel their order, but it could take another day or two to ship. I've had that mostly done with free shipping, never 2-day release date shipping before. So he had said, oh, it's shipping now, and I'm like, okay, well, it's shipping at 4 in the morning. Where's it shipping from? Is it shipping from the northern mid-California warehouse? And he said, no, it's shipping FedEx from Arizona. And I'm like, oh, FedEx from Arizona is not going to get here in time. And they're like, well, okay, let me look into it. I will call you back. He asked for my number. He said, I will call you back when I have some more information. I'm like, okay, well, it's 4 in the morning here. I want to go to bed. Do you have any idea what time you're going to call me back? And he's like, no, not really. So I thought, oh, great, I'm going to have to stay up. So I sat down and fell asleep. I woke up around 8, so 4-ish hours later, and no one had called. Waited about another half hour. No one still called. So I went ahead and I called. And I called Amazon back, and I said, hey, this guy was talking to me. He's going to figure out why my item hasn't shipped. It still hasn't shipped. It's still saying shipping now instead of preparing for shipment now. Is it going to get to me today? And they're like, yeah, no, it's on back orders. It's not going to get to you. And I'm like, well, that guy never emailed or called me back. So what are we going to do? And he's like, well, what we're going to do is we're going to, this is their wording, we're going to intercept it once it starts shipping and cancel it then. I was like, okay, that seems fair. So you're going to cancel it. The plan was to cancel it. The funds would be returned back to me. And then I would go to my local Best Buy and purchase it. Simple enough. However, I complicate things just a slight bit, and this is my bad. And I'm going to stop doing this. I have a tendency, because I like pre-ordering stuff, because it locks the funds in so I don't spend it somewhere else. I have a tendency of buying Amazon gift cards in small amounts over the time, or in large amounts, and applying it to the order, so that it stays locked on that order. But the issue with that has been fixed before, and it's fairly easily fixed. What they end up doing is they cancel the order, the money goes refunded to the gift card, then they see that gift card was purchased by me, and then they refund that gift card, and it usually works just fine. But I'm going to stop doing that. I don't find it, after this whole fiasco, I'm going to try not to shop with Amazon anymore, because they've done too many wrongs to me, and too much chaos. I'm going to stick with Best Buy or GameStop from now on for my games. I'm going to try not to shop with Amazon. But so I said, all right, and waited, and it still said shipping now. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I want an email saying, because sometimes Amazon will send emails after they talk to you, and they'll say what they said in the email to you on the phone, or what they said on the phone to you in the email. So I called back and explained the situation to another lady, or is this the gentleman? This was a gentleman, and he said, yeah, so we'll intercept it after it ships out. I'm like, great, can you tell me that in an email? And he said, yeah, I'll send it to you in an email, so that I have some sort of physical proof if anything goes wrong. Which is a smart idea, by the way. You always want to try to either get the recorded part, or if you ever have trouble with customer service, especially recently, you've seen all those Comcast videos. I never received the email, so I called back. I never received the email. No, here's what happened. I never received the email, and I was on my way to pick up the Best Buy one that I had ordered. Because I had ordered from a local store, in-store pickup, and I was on the way, and then I noticed the item had shipped. And I'm like, the item shipped? Weren't they going to intercept it before it shipped? And so I went ahead and called back, and I explained the situation to a lady, and she said, oh, well, we can't intercept a package after it ships. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? I was told by two different people. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what they were telling you for. That's not possible. Sometimes it's possible with UPS, but it's being shipped United States Postal Service. And I'm like, what do you mean it's being shipped United States Postal Service? My very first phone call at 4 in the morning, they said it was being shipped FedEx, Amazon. And she was like, well, they shouldn't have access to that information. We don't know what it is until it ships. And I'm like, well, fantastic. So what's going to happen? Just to speed this up, what ended up happening was me on the phone for about 45 minutes while she talked to her supervisor, and them deciding that they were going to refund the gift card because they said we can't do that because we can't intercept it. We have to wait for your item to arrive to you, and you have to send it back to us or refuse the item to get your refund. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wait that long for my refund. Plus, I can use the gift card to purchase Destiny, the limited edition, which I've pre-ordered on Amazon, instead of getting my funds back and waiting for them to cancel the gift card order. And they said that they would give me the refund on the gift card, and once the item gets here, I'd have to send it back. And if it's not back there in 30 days, they're going to charge me, or whatever, which I've done before. It's fine. It works out good. I usually get a receipt from the post office when I drop it off, saying there's proof that I dropped it off. So that would be the end of it, right? I got my gift card back. I put it to Destiny. I'm going to Best Buy to pick this up. Now this is at the time, I don't know, probably 10:45, maybe 11. So I head to Best Buy in the one of the locations near me. I've done one video there, but I never showed you guys it because it didn't turn out well. But and I go there and I go up to customer service. And I'm like, I'm here to pick up my order because I got the email saying that it was ready for pickup. That's why I left the house in the first place. And I don't know if you know how that works, but when you get the email saying that it's ready for pickup, they charge the card. So I wait in line, tell them, oh, I'm here to pick up my order of Walking Dead Season 4 Limited Edition set. Here's my order number. Here's my ID. And they're like, oh, we don't have any. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have any? Well, we have 2 in stock, but they're secured by somebody else who pre-ordered them. And I'm like, well, why was I able to order at your store for pickup? Now, mind you, this Best Buy is probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from me. It was the closest one. The one I have in my town is pretty shit, and they don't have any of these. They never had, and they never will. But, so, she's like, yeah, we don't have any. I'm like, well, this is kind of unacceptable. You guys took my money, you guys told me it was ready, and now I'm here and you guys don't have it. And so they had called another local store, which is about 20 minutes from this store that I'm currently at, and they had 2 in stock. And so they put one aside for me, and then the lady was like, okay, now you have to call customer service and transfer the allocations and the funds from this location, the San Marcos location, which is where it's at, to the Oceanside location, which is where the other one's at. And so I'm like, okay. So I call customer service. I wait on the phone for 30 or so minutes. Finally gets to one. I say, I want to transfer it to the Oceanside store, yada, yada. And they're like, okay. It doesn't appear like they have any in stock. And I'm like, yeah, they do. We just called and they put one aside. And they're like, okay, well, that's good enough. Let me transfer the allocation. So I'm like, okay, great. And she's like, have I helped you? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to go drive to Oceanside now. So I drive to Oceanside, another 20 minutes, and I'm kind of, don't do this, but I'm kind of checking my email as I'm driving, kind of scrolling down on the phone to hit refresh to see what happens. And I get the email saying that the order went through, but I never got an email saying it was ready for pickup, so I thought, well, maybe they used the other email. So I go to the store, I see this one, behind the counter, and I say, yeah, I explain the situation to the lady, and she's like, okay, well, we need the email that's saying it's ready for pickup. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have it. Is there nothing you can do? And they're like, no, you just have to kind of wait for it. I said, okay, just keep that there. Don't sell it. I know you can't hold it because Best Buy doesn't hold things, special things. I think they have to cost over, I don't know, $20 before they won't hold it. And so, I waited. About 15 minutes later, I still hadn't received the email, so I went ahead and called the customer support line again. And again, waited. About 10, 15 minutes later, they pick up. I explain the situation to the gentleman. He spends a while trying to fix it, has to talk to someone else who tries to fix it. They transfer me to them, and they're both on the phone, and they can't seem to fix it. And what they're saying is that the way this works, transferring allocations from one store to the other, is they take the funds out when it was charged, and they are refunding the funds to my account so that the funds can then be charged at the other store. But the funds weren't going back into my account. So they were having issues. So eventually one of the gentlemen hung up, and I was dealing with the lady. Now this is probably 20, 25 minutes into the phone call. And we're still not able to figure it out. We end up calling my bank. And the bank's like, oh, we don't see any sort of refund whatsoever coming through from you guys. So there's nothing we could do. You can wait till tomorrow. And the refund should be there. Like, I really don't want to wait tomorrow. I'm here, I've been driving around, I've been dealing with this since 4 in the fucking morning. I kind of just want my damn Walking Dead, and I want to get the fuck out of here. So again, we continue to try to figure it out. This is now probably about. We skipped a lot of useless crap. This is probably now about an hour and 20 minutes into the phone call with just Best Buy, and she now wants to talk to the lady who told me that she needed the pickup thing, because the item is now listed as back ordered on Best Buy's that location, even though they have one in stock. So they call the warehouse, and the warehouse says, "Oh, you shouldn't be in back order. Let me switch it." And they switch it, and they're like, "Okay, now the customer needs to cancel the order and reorder it." And I'm like, "Well, hold on. If I cancel the order, the funds are going to have to refund to my account, right? Like they are already, and they're still not." And they're like, "Yeah, that's actually an issue." I'm like, "Well, you're going to have to come back later and get it." And I'm like, "Again, I'd like to just get it now. I've waiting for this since April. I kind of want it. You know, if I wanted to wait, I would have just kept the Amazon order." Yada yada yada. We end up canceling it. I'm calling my bank, and they said, "Oh, now we have the cancellation authorization number. So maybe that will work." So I'm like, "Okay, let's call Citi again." We called Citi. Citi was able to push forward the funds, clear it through, and I was able to repurchase the item. That phone call ended up being 2 hours and 5 minutes with just the Best Buy representative, and that was 2 hours and 5 minutes of me wandering the store, running out of battery power. I'm plugged in to my charger right now because I have no battery life, and that's how I'm filming. I was worried my phone was going to die, and I was thirsty, out of breath, spent too long talking, and I had a headache, and I still have a headache. So that was a 60-minute conversation. That's it. I'm never going to explain that again. I'm done. That's never going to be explained. I'm not shopping with Amazon. I want to unbox this. So let me get situated. I'm going to stop it there and then rebox over this. Like I said, I wanted to upload it today, to be released today, but it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not going to have time to upload and edit, and then when it finally gets uploaded, it's not going to be till like 7 o'clock at night. So I'm going to set this to release tomorrow, along with a Blu-ray pickup. And then I have some other videos that were requested. Some people wanted to see my Doctor Who collection. So I'm just going to do like a general... Sorry about that. I'm just going to do a general Tory sort of thing. Anyways, I'll be resituated, back with you in a second. Alright. Bye. Alright, we're back. So last... I got a handy dandy box cutter. Yeah, this is a big box. I usually do this kind of stuff on a table, but I don't have a table, so fuck it. Let's see. Slate tape, slip that tape. Someone a few people had already said that they received theirs with the arm broken off, but their box was rattling. But it would just be my luck that mine's fucking broken. But here's hoping. I don't deserve this. Okay, this is being difficult, so hold on. Alright, got it open. Go ahead and slide that out. So it's pretty much like Season 2 or 3's limited edition set. The Digipack is here on the top. It's cool. Numbers. This is the first one that comes with an ultraviolet code, which is kind of cool. Hopefully it doesn't show that. There's the discs. Rick and Carl. Disc 1, we have Maggie and Glenn for disc 2. Let's get that out. On the back we have a cool photo of Rick and Michonne. I don't know what that's from. I'll just give a photo. Maybe I could guess what scene that was from, but I can't. I always like watching these over again with commentary on whatever episodes they have commentary on. Which does this say? Let's see. Episode 1 does, episode 5 does, episode 12, 9, 14. It's the little asterisk. Episode 16A star. Indicated extended version, I see. There's a cool picture of Rick in the damaged prison wall. Disc 5, which is bonus features, is Daryl and Michonne, Herschel and the Governor is on disc 3, and we have Tyrese and holy shit, Tyrese and Carol. Tyrese and Carol. Jesus. That was weird. Then it looks like Tyrese and Carol on the back of that, and we have Daryl on the back of that one, so I'm not going to bother taking out that disc. We have Dead Stuff, which is usually like advertises Halloween Horror Nights, which I'll be going to again. Then it says The Return, 10, 12, 14, 15, 14. And then it's got an advertisement for Shout Factory's Halloween set. Oh, because this is Anchor Bay, and Anchor Bay is Shout Factory. That's right. And then the ultraviolet coat. So I'm going to close that up and be alright. And I went ahead and pulled that styrofoam thing out because that was going to be possible during the video. Here's the back if anyone wanted to look at it. What's the total runtime on this? 696 minutes. That's going to be a lot of fucking footage to watch. Doesn't even include the special features. Alright, so the box is empty. Move that aside. Stick it with my other seasons. Now, does this have tape? No, it doesn't. Alright, fantastic. So that's one styrofoam thing over there. Tiny little bit of styrofoam. Oh, this one doesn't need assembly. Fantastic! Because, not that the fish tank was complicated, but actually I've left the water in it now that I know it's like waterproof plastic. And, refocus, thank you. And it's starting to like, the water's murky and there's like creepy stuff floating in it. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to clean it out or not. I'm going to pull off this plastic bag, set you down really quick, hold on. Alright, back. Here it is. Oh, look at him. This is the tree rocker from, I can't remember what episode. My phone is not agreeing with focusing today. There it is. It's a lot of cool detail. Walking Dead Season 4. Nothing on the bottom. Okay, so the gimmick here, unlike first one's gimmick is it's a screwdriver and his head lifts up. Second one is his fish tank, clearly. This one is not as cool gimmick, but the sculpt is much cooler. Not the second one, but the gimmick is not as great. So you have this slot here, and like the fish tank, unlike the head, but like the fish tank from last season, let's just tuck this down. It slides in. Always very tightly. And he does this. He moves his head, and his arms come out. And then I think I thought he was supposed to be reaching for you when you get the Blu-Rays. I guess it's reversed. So then you take it out very tightly, and absolutely nothing happens. So I'll look. Oh, there it goes. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I can't really see in there. There's probably like a lever mechanism or something that moves the head and the arm. Anyway, so that's it. I'll look into that. It's probably not broken, hopefully. That's it. So this has been a really long video. I'll upload it tonight and it'll be up for tomorrow, along with a Blu-ray pickup, which will probably include this mentioned at very least. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. It's not broken, by the way.